What's up, future Semester in the Wild students? My name's Tyler. I'm one of the 2022 Semester in the Wild students here at Taylor. And today is my last day back here at Taylor in the backcountry. So I thought I would take some time and give you guys the rundown of what it's like to live out here and kind of some of the facilities that you guys will have access to. I know, at least when I was preparing for this trip, there is a lot of miscommunication and confusion about what we may or may not be able to do. So hopefully this will clear some of that up for you. So first off, you're going to be backpacking into Taylor. So it's about 35 to 40-ish miles. During that time you'll be going down the Big Creek drainage, so you'll follow kind of one watershed all the way down to Taylor. All the food on that trip is going to be provided, so you won't really have to worry about any of the food, but you should bring some of your favorite snacks and hydration powders and whatnot. I brought a lot of liquid IV and some of my favorite granola bars, so you guys should do the same. The other thing you guys should know is that the hike is fantastic. You should bring your camera, binoculars, journal, or whatever. If you have some space, those are great items to bring along. The other thing is that you should bring swimwear. Definitely recommended. It's great to jump in the river, wash off, and cool down at the end of the day. It's also just great to get out and swim. So the other thing is, bring a pack, a good pack. The smallest packs that some of us used were like 50 to 55 liters. Many of us brought some that were bigger than that, all the way up to 80 to 90 liters. So you'll need some good hardware. But without further ado, let's go see what Taylor has to offer and where you guys will be staying while you're here. So this is the entrance to Taylor. So you'll hike down Big Creek and then you will cross this bridge, and then that's the start of Taylor for you guys. So let's walk across. This is Big Creek. This is the water that you'll be walking along all the way down to Taylor. Right now it's got a lot of ice on it because the morning temperature was 9 degrees, but normally it'll be somewhere between 80 and 40 in the highs and the lows when you guys are backpacking down. But this is a view from the bridge. This is one of the trails that goes through the property. It's an easement with the Forest Service, so some people will walk through the trail using this gate here. This is the hay barn. This is where Andrew puts all his hay from the airstrip and the center pasture, which means we also have stock on Taylor. And oh, here's one right here. So we have a horse and 2 mules. So the white horse here, this is Jag. So there's Jag, and that's Gloria. She's a new addition this year. And Molly is up in the garden. So during your time here, you might find yourself working in the garden. So we harvest some potatoes and greens and carrots and whatnot, and we use them in our dinners and breakfasts, and they're great. This is Pioneer Creek, and it's right next to the airstrip. So Arnold Aviation uses the airstrip about once a week. We get our food orders and our mail on plane, which means you can order stuff online and have it shipped here to Taylor. Also, your family and friends can send you letters and whatnot through the mail or care packages. And those will come every Wednesday, and if not on Wednesday, then it'll come on the next weather gap, because these pilots are flying based on visual, not off of electronics, so they have to be able to see to land. So we also have the tack shed down below. It's where we keep all of our saddles and packs and whatnot. So that's where the horses and the mules get saddled up. So this is Andrew's house. It sits on one side of Pioneer Creek, so he stays over here. And most of the students and the other ranch operations are on the other side of the creek, basically. So, and then we have a smoker that sometimes we make some jerky and some smoked whitefish on. So some more food options. This is Andrew. This is our ranch manager. So you will see him while you're here. This is the Dave Lewis cabin. We fast forwarded a little bit, sorry, but this is one of the oldest cabin structures here at Taylor. All the faculty and professors will stay up here while they're here teaching you guys. Dave Lewis, he was the original homesteader back here, so he kind of founded Taylor Ranch before the Taylors actually came in and claimed it. But for now, you'll learn about Dave Lewis when you get here, but for now, he was an outdoorsman and a forester and a profound hunter. So, onward. This is the Gym of Taylor. It's one of my favorite buildings. This is the sauna. So we've got wood stove, some hot rocks, and that's our water bowl. And we get the fireplace ripping, and it heats up pretty quick in here. Throw a little water on the walls and you can make a wet sauna, or you could have a dry sauna, but either way, it's great to just sit in here after a hike, or just 2 or 3 times a week. It's a good little spot on Taylor for you guys. So there's lots of backpacking opportunities just out of Taylor, so there's trails that head off in every cardinal direction. So there's some that go up the mountains behind me. There's one that goes up the Dave Lewis, and then there's several that go up and down Big Creek. But there's lots of like petroglyphs to look at on Big Creek. You can also go to the confluence where Big Creek meets the middle fork of the Salmon River. So there's some great opportunities to hike around and see some cool country. So this next building is the workshop, so this is where you'll find all your tools. We've got lots of crosscut saws up top there, and various equipment scattered everywhere. So if you guys need a tool, it's probably in this room if you can find it. So if you can't find it, talk to Andrew, or talk to Andrew about various projects where you might need tools. So. And then the next building here is the Fish and Game cabin. We also call it the Arlo. So when Fish and Game employees are here, they'll stay here. They run the fish screw trap, and they're monitoring for salmonoid species that are migrating down Big Creek. So I'm sure you'll have the opportunity to have these guys show you what they're doing and what kind of research they've been doing while they're in here. So, yeah. This is the Horn Knocker cabin. It's split into two sides. So one side is the office. So here you go. This is where you can find all your medical equipment. We have various waders and pack boards and measuring devices. There's a nice little wood stove to use when you have to work in here. So this is also where we have Wi-Fi access. So if you need to get a phone call out to parents or a text message or send a picture to let people know you're alive once a week, this is where you do it. But we don't advertise that you spend all day every day in here because you're in the wilderness. We want you guys to get out and enjoy it. So let your peeps know that you're alive and then get out and enjoy. So this is the other side of the Horn Knocker. This is currently where our TA stays, so we won't go in there. But just know that your TA might stay in that side of the building. So. These are some wood cookies that we made. They say 2022, but maybe you guys will be able to make some of your own while you're here before you fly out. And yeah, there's kind of a nice little keepsake for us. But this is the cookhouse, so you'll spend a lot of time in here. So we've got some gas wood stoves. Everything is cast iron that we've been cooking on. Refrigerators, and this is our dry space. So, and a couple freezers. But we store all our personal food kind of up on top here that is ours, and then everything else is communal food that comes in on the plane. So, hi guys.
Hey Tyler.
Yeah. Water is untreated and straight out of Pioneer Creek. It's not necessarily a problem. We've all been drinking out of it. We've drank out of it for the whole 3 months that we're here. But there are filters if people aren't comfortable drinking raw water out of the tap. We also have sign-ups for like people who might cook breakfast or dinner. Lunch is kind of a free-for-all, but we all kind of help make breakfast or make meals, and we all kind of help clean up as well, so or sign up for it. This is the lab building. It's got icicles on it right now. But this building was flown in from Cabin Creek and reassembled here at Taylor. So here's the lab. There's lots of various collections and books and artifacts from around the Frank Church. Hi guys, these are all the students, or most of them anyway. So this is our class space, and we have lots of warm fires and whatnot in here. So the other side of the lab is also a workspace. There's a kitchenette close to the fire so you can stay warm, and a bathroom and a couple bedrooms. I've stayed in this bedroom before. It's nice and comfortable. There's some dressers. So, but yeah. So last but not least, this is the DeVlieg cabin. We also call it Big Fancy because it's the tallest cabin and it's also one of the newer structures. So most of the students will live in here in the colder weather. So when it's colder, we move into here. But yeah, So there's a couple bathrooms with some showers. There's one bedroom downstairs, and then we get into the main space. So there's a dining room, kitchenette, and some other various furniture. Upstairs, this is where most of the students sleep. So we have some bunk beds. I think we can fit like 7. This is a guy's room. So bunk beds and whatnot. And then we also have the other side, that's the girls' room. And there's a porch on that side that kind of overlooks the ranch. So it's a cool spot. You guys should look at it while you're there. There's also some taxidermy in the Div League if you're into that too. So most of the people have been sleeping in sleeping bags, and that's kind of how things roll around here. So I have a 0-degree bag, and that's worked great for the entire time. Other people have some 20-degree bags, and they say that they work okay. But if you know you're someone that's going to be cold, I suggest bringing a sleeping bag liner, or just being prepared to stuff bulky clothes into your sleeping bag to stay warm on camping trips and whatnot, especially like later into the program. So the Div League also has a deck, so this is arguably the best view of the whole ranch. So you can see the benches. There's a trail that goes up the benches, and this is Horse Mountain. So people have peaked that before in a day and come back down. So I believe its elevation is 8,200 feet. Taylor Ranch is 3,800 feet. This is arguably one of the most important structures on the ranch. So with a lot of us living in the buildings, it's got a lot of added pressure to the system. So we prefer that people use the outhouse now and again to help diverge some of that pressure. So we also have outdoor showers, and those are nice in August and September. You get some warm water out of those as well, but if your shower lasts more than like 5 minutes with hot water before it turns cold, then you're normally pretty lucky. So quick showers. And then before you guys move into the buildings, we'll be having you guys stay in the wall tents in the early season at least. I'll show you guys one of these briefly here. But basically you can fit about anywhere between 2 to 4 people. 2 is very comfortable, 4 is kind of crowded. So there's 3 in here. There's a wood stove, and there's wood so you guys can stay warm if it starts to freeze or get cold. There's windows for the summertime when you need to get a breeze going through here. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, there's some deer at Taylor. And that's normally pretty common. We've seen these guys around quite a bit. We've seen also bears and grouse. And we also watch bighorn sheep up on the mountains, kind of in the trees there. So that's some of our favorite parts of Taylor, is watching the wildlife. So I hope that kind of helps you guys out in figuring out what you need to bring to Taylor. I know I had a lot of doubts about what was going on at Taylor and how to prepare for that. So I know you guys probably have a lot of questions, and I hope that I answered some of them for you. So once you guys get out here, you'll realize that it was all worth it, the struggle to get out here. So I hope you guys enjoy your time at Taylor. So this has been fun. See ya.